Welcome to Virtual Dine, Learn, and Move, brought to you in partnership with Prince George's County Health Department, Suburban Hospital, University of Maryland Capital Region Health, and the Maryland National Capital Park and Planning Commission, Department of Parks and Recreation, Prince George's County. Dine, Learn, and Move is designed to promote healthy lifestyle habits. Over the next 90 minutes, you will have fun, get up, and move. Learn everything about healthy eating and engage with our chef while watching a cooking demonstration. Let's get ready to dine, learn, and move.
Greetings, everyone. Welcome to the September session of the DLM Virtual Experience. My name is Jennifer Herrera, and I'm with the University of Maryland Capital Region Health. On behalf of the DLM Collaborative Partnership, I'm here tonight supported by a team from Maryland National Capital Park and Planning Commission, Department of Parks and Recreation, Prince George's County Health Department, and Suburban Hospital. We're so glad you could join us this evening and learn about healthy eating and active lifestyles. Whether this is your first experience with us or if you are a returning participant, we hope you have a wonderful experience tonight. To help you with that, let's go over some technology tips. Tonight, we are on Zoom webinar. This means all participants will remain on mute throughout the evening, but you will be able to submit your questions through the chat box feature. So if you have any questions during this presentation, please enter all the questions in the chat box. So let's test it out by typing your zip code in the chat box. This will also help us learn about where you're all joining us from tonight. So if you could enter your zip codes in the chat box, that would be great. 207, wow. Well, welcome. I see a new one, 75. That's great. Well, thank you all for joining. Let's try another Zoom feature. Let's take a poll. Tonight, we would like to know if many of you are joining for the first time or are returning this month. Please select one choice and submit your answer. So it looks like many of you are returning. So thank you again for constantly coming every month. And for our new participants, thank you for joining us. And we have some folks in the chat box are saying first time. Well, welcome. I hope you enjoyed tonight's. Okay. So tonight we have a full lineup of events. We will discuss the truth about supplements and engage in a low impact but heart pumping physical activity. First, Patricia will share her fantastic fitness tips to stay motivated to exercise with you before we get up and moving. This month we have a live fitness segment. Patricia will lead us in a low impact general aerobics class. This segment of tonight's program is brought to you by the Maryland National Capital Park and Planning Commission Department of Parks and Recreation, Prince George's County. Next, we will hear from Sharma, our beloved registered dietitian, who will provide our nutrition segment. Sharma will be talking about how to make mindful decisions about incorporating vitamins and supplements into your wellness routine without taking any shortcuts to nutritious eating. We will then wrap up with our live cooking demonstration brought to you by Chef Roz as she creates 2 delicious dishes. This segment is brought to you by the University of Maryland Capital Region Health and Suburban Hospital. So let's turn our attention now to Patricia to share her tips and move on to the physical activity. And just as a quick reminder, we are on Zoom webinar, which means we will not be able to see you move. So please continue to follow the safe reminders we have for you. Get your water, clear your space, so there's nothing to trip on, and move on your own pace. All right, Coach Patricia.
Hi, good afternoon, everybody. I am Patricia. I'm a fitness instructor for Maryland Parks and Planning. I enjoy what I do. So we're gonna go over some tips to help you to stay motivated to exercise. Number one, and not necessarily in this order, but number one, set realistic goals, which means begin with simple goal setting and progress towards longer goals. Your goals should be realistic and achievable. It's easy to give up, and it's easy if you're being too ambitious to say, no, I don't want to do it today or whatever. Say if you say, well, I'm going to exercise 1 hour a day for 7 days a week and all of that. That's too much. That's too ambitious. You're starting out. You may say, well, 30 minutes a day, 3 days a week, something you know that you can stick to. And that will make you stay, that will help you to stay on your goals. Number two, make physical activity part of your daily routine. It should be just as important as any other activity that you do. So whether it be, you can easily incorporate physical activity into your days, such as when you're walking outside, going to the car, those extra steps, using the stairs instead of the elevator, to march in place while watching TV, do short routines throughout the day, and take advantage when you can, of times when you can take those extra steps, like walking to the car, parking further away when you go to the grocery store. Okay, things like that. It's very easy to incorporate into your daily activities. And number three, make it fun. Oh my goodness. Do those things that you enjoy doing. Focus on walking if you enjoy walking, if you enjoy, like running or whatever it is that would help you to make it fun. Even changing your scenery, whether it be a different park or a different time of day, and make it fun with music, enjoying R&B, oldies but goodies, things like that will make it fun. Surely music is a great driver, incorporating that into your activities. Also, find a support system to keep you accountable. Remember that you are not alone. Invite friends and others to join you in walking and working out, and find people who will encourage you and inspire you throughout your fitness goals. Somebody who, when you feel unmotivated, they can say, hey, look, get up and get going. Don't give up today. Those kind of things that will encourage you to keep pushing towards whatever your goals are for yourself. Then number 5, life happens. Be flexible. If you miss a day or two, don't give up, don't get frustrated, and don't beat yourself up. Remember, life happens. So it's easy to just say, forget it or whatever, but nope, get back on track as soon as you can and just keep going for it. And then now that you've gained enthusiasm, get moving, set your goals, make it fun, and pat yourself on the back from time to time. Reward yourself. And remember that physical activity is a lifetime. Okay, so you have plenty of time. Again, make it fun, incorporate it into your daily activity. It does not have to be boring. Sometimes we can think, oh, I don't want to work out because, oh, that's hard to do or whatever. No, music and things like that, to find creative ways to do to help to keep yourself motivated. Okay, so with that said, if you want other additional tips on staying motivated to exercise and to work out, surely you can visit the videos and the other tips online at the Resource Center at www.pgparks.com. And that'd be helpful. Any questions? Okay, thank you. And that concludes the motivational tips that I gave to help you exercise. So now we're going to get up and move. Okay? All right, so I'm going to turn the music on. Now, we've been having a little bit of technical problems, so you may hear the music go in and out a little bit, but that's okay. I'll keep moving, and you watch my feet, and you keep moving, okay? Remember, stay motivated and don't give up. Make sure you can see my whole body, my feet.
Yep, we can see you.
Hands up. All right, fantastic. Okay, I'm playing music. We're gonna get started with our warm up, and then we're gonna do a routine to get our heart rate up a little bit, and then gonna wind it down a little bit, and then we'll do our cool down. Okay, lots of fun. Warming up. First, we're going to stretch. Hands out. Stretch it out. Hold it. Stretch it out. Other hand, stretch it out. Important to stretch when you're warming up. Okay. Down. Toe pointed up. Reach down as far as you can. You should feel that stretch in your hamstrings. And hold it. Excellent. Excellent. Other leg. Toe pointed up. Reach down. And hold. Nice stretch. So that's stretching your hamstring. Excellent. Up. Down. Straight out. And push forward. Squeeze those glutes in now. Come on, press forward. Feet are planted down straight. Excellent. Change legs. Push forward. Glutes are pressed in and press forward. Excellent. Hold it. The back. Arms out. Warming up. Forward move. Back. Turning. Reach over to stretch those obliques out. Over. Come on. Hold it. Other side. Hold it. Nice warm up. And we get to a mark. Side to side. Moving. Warming up. Warming up. And we do modified jumping jacks. It's like this. Easy breezy. Come on. Modify. If you can't do it like this, modify. Whatever works for you, okay? Modify. And together. Excellent. Excellent. Side to side. Come on. You're warming up. Getting ready. Right here, hold it. Shoulder bones forward. Excellent. Roll them back. Good job. There. Come on. And back again. Arms are up. Excellent. Okay, that's our warm-up. So now we're going to get into our routine and just follow my legs. Very easy and light aerobic workout. Okay, so we're going to start with 1, 2, 3, toe tap, 2, 3, tap. And when I say walk it up, we're going to walk it up and we're going to walk it back. Soft. One step. Twice. Twice. Easy breezy. I'll call it out as we go. Excellent. Ready? Let's get it. Ready? 1, 2, 3, tap. 1, 2, 3, tap. Tap. Come on. Tap. Tap. Light them over. Tap. Tap up. Tap back. Tap up. Tap. Tap. Excellent. Keep going. Tap. 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 Soft step to the side. Come on. Just like this. Move those arms. Pump those biceps. Come on, warm them up. Work them out. Back to the top. Walk it up. 1, 2, 3, tap. And back. Come on. Excellent. Get it in. And to the side. 2 times. Come on. 2 times. Good job. And walk it up. 1, 2. Come on, back. Walk it up. Good job. Another move. Grapevine. Come on. Grapevine, come on. Easy breezy. Walk it up. Walk it up. Back and up. And back. And up. And back. And up. Put it together. Let's go. 1. And 2. And grapevine. Easy. All right now. Walk it up. And back. And up. And back. Up. And back. Up. And back. Let's get some hands. Come on. That's how we do that. Walk it up. And put it all together. Ready? Soft step 2 times. Grapevine. And hands. Woo, how we feeling? Excellent. Let's get some water and breathe, and we're going to continue on. We're halfway there. Okay, get some water, please. Take a minute to breathe, and we're going to keep going. Same moves. It's a different song. We're going to bring it down just a little bit. Okay, let's go. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Put a clap in it. Keep it moving. Soft step. Y'all know the moves now. Come on. Walk it up. Forward today. Soft step 2 times. Leading the way. So I get all my stuff. Whichever way. Somebody's time to stay. Walk it up. Walk it up. Take control. can put those together now. Let me know that song. Ready? Come on. All right, y'all. Ready to stay. Our heart rate all the way down. So with our cool down, we incorporate some of our stretches from our warm up. That's a part of the cool down, okay? So heart rate goes all the way down there. Great job, everybody. Okay, let's cool down. Breathe, inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Ready? Inhale, up, again, inhale and exhale, up and down, bring the heart rate down, up, crossing over and down, airplane mode, slow motion, cool it down. Just like a medicine, just like a medicine, oh, just Right here, hands out and hold it. Other hand. Down, show up, reach down, hold it. Up, easy breezy. One more time. Other foot, show up, reach down, hold it. Eye band stretch, one leg over the other, and lean it in. Other leg, cross it over, lean in. Hold it. Excellent. Slow motion. Slow motion. Pull it down. Arms out. Slow motion. Pull it down. Pull it down. Don't go fast now. Pull it down. Airplane mode again. Arms are down. Come on. Pull it down. Arms are down. Keep going. Right here. Again, breathe. Up and down. Inhale and exhale. Down. Up and down. And you always hug yourself at the end. Love on yourself. Wonderful. Thank you guys for working out with me. I enjoyed you. Excellent workout. Thank you so much. That's the end of our aerobic low impact workout. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Coach Patricia. That was great. I don't know about you all, but I was moving with that. And I got my heart rate up. And let's drink a little water. So I hope you all are loosened up and ready for the nutrition education. Now we will move on to Ms. Sharma, who will give us some great education around supplements and how we can incorporate that into our wellness journey. Go ahead, Sharma.
Hi. Hello, everyone. That was a good workout. I still got my water here, and I may have to take a sip before I get started. I hope you enjoyed it also. So today we're going to be talking about, the truth about supplements. And what is actually supplements? Do we need it? How much do we need? And hope you'll have lots of questions. So the truth about supplement is what is usually called dietary supplements. When we talked about supplements, we either say dietary supplements or it may be nutrition supplements. These supplements, you can purchase it anywhere. In today's store, you can get it from the supermarket. You can get it from the grocery stores. I even found supplements at the dollar store, believe it or not. So anywhere that there's a store, you can buy it online. You can order it off the phone. So supplements are everywhere. We spend billions of dollars in this marketplace. And they come in all size, shape, You can get them in tablets, you can get them in liquids, you can get them in a pill form, you can get them in powdered, because they could be from vitamins, herbs, you can get them in capsules, gel caps, any form you can get these supplements are. But do we really need them? And how do we make the right selections in getting these supplements? Our next slide will show you that who should take these supplements. If you're eating the right food, like we'll have today, Chef Roz is going to give us a meal that has protein, carbs, fat, and everything. If we're eating a healthy diet, getting our vegetables, our protein, our whole grain products, our vitamin supplements may not be that much needed. Sometimes we say, oh, well, I'm not eating a healthy diet, so maybe I'll need some supplement to give me energy. The supplements really don't give you the energy. It's the food that gives you the energy. The supplement will supplement some of the nutrients that you need. So it's better that, we go to healthy eating rather than change your diet. If your diet is poor, change it to a healthy eating rather than going to these supplements. One of the things that I know with the supplements is, do you need it? And why do you need it? When we look at some of the needs for supplements, we would look at one, a lot of people who have compromising diseases. If you are going through maybe cancer therapy, or you are pregnant women and babies and infants may need supplements. As you grow older, the older seniors, their appetites are usually poor, so they may need some supplements. If you are having some serious problems, you're an athlete and their calorie intake may be extraordinarily high, yes, you may need some supplements with that. So let's go to the next slide. So these people who need the supplements, we need to make sure that you fit into that category before you just take the supplements. I would recommend that you check with your healthcare provider first before going into taking any of these supplements. There's a big caution with taking these supplements. And I like to spend a little time with the caution. How much supplements do you need? A lot of time people are taking these supplements without even realizing how much in each vitamin, mineral, or whatever they're taking. If you're eating a healthy diet, your body provides you major nutrients. If you caution, look at the label, see what's in it before you eat it. What's the safety risk? Did you check with care provider? What I noticed that we take, and I would say an exorbitant amount of supplements. Eating your meals, and you are taking, I would just say randomly, because I saw it at the dollar store, B12. The dollar store, as you get out of the counter, there is some, they call it shots, and they're B12. I took specific time and look at the label. It says you take one shot, and that one shot of B12, B6, and some other vitamins, it had over 2,000% off your daily requirement. Could you imagine that? And you are taking that into your system. How is your body going to get rid of it? What is your body going to do with all of that excessive amount? A big benefit of that is that you have a healthy pee. So your toilet is the one that is in all the nutrients, because some of these nutrients are water soluble. And some of the nutrients that we are taking, the vitamins that we are taking that we don't need, they are harmful if you do not get the right check with your healthcare provider. For instance, if you take an excessive amount of zinc, that could create a problem. Or you're taking excess amount of vitamin C or excessive amount of vitamin A. These are called, you can have hypervitaminosis A, meaning that you can end up having headaches. And St. John Watts, you take that and you're taking maybe any kind of birth control pills, it decreases their efficiency of it. There is so much side effects by taking excessive amount of these vitamins that we are not aware of. Also, if you're eating healthy and you don't need it, taking that, it compromises your organs. Your liver and your kidney has to get rid of all this excess amount of these vitamins. Recently, because of COVID, there's been a big talk about taking high doses of vitamin C and zinc. Yes, vitamin C is an essential water-soluble vitamin, and it's high in antioxidants, and it helps to protect your cell damage, and it helps in wound healing. But you only need 90 milligrams for an adult. So where is it going? Again, into your toilet and then into the wasteland. That's why our crops are having such a problem, because we are taking excessive amount of the vitamin C. Same thing with zinc. Zinc is an essential mineral. And you only need like 11 milligrams of zinc for an adult. And when we look at the label that we're getting 10 times the amount. So we're putting a lot more stress on our organs instead of eating the right food supplements. Your body is geared to eating and absorbing the natural resources, food from the soil or natural foods. And also, when you look at your food labels, when you buy products, they also have added vitamins. If you look at your cereal, a box of cereal would have added calcium, added B, added fiber, and added all other nutrients. So if you're getting vitamins from the products that you're eating, even if you look at yogurt and milk, they have calcium and vitamin D added. So look at the amount that you're getting from there and look at what your supplement is providing. So you don't need to get all that extra mega doses of vitamins. You are just making the manufacturers rich, and you are getting poorer and not increasing your health risk. So be mindful of, take precautions on when you are looking at what kind of vitamins that you're taking in. Look at the labels and look at what you're eating. Again, I really want to emphasize eating the plate method. If you could eat the plate method and you're eating 2 to 3 meals a day, your need for nutrients or for vitamin supplement is very small. When we think about it, we look at it, the FDA, who is, I would say, the guidelines for regulating a lot of our vitamins and minerals, they are not looking for they are looking for how the product is produced and the manufacturer makes it. That's what they're looking at. And they are looking at any kind of false claim. You know, a lot of the vitamins, our products that we buy over the counter, they cannot state that they can cure anything. Vitamins do not cure anything. Your vitamin or your supplements, they cannot cure anything. They can't restore you back to any kind of health. So consumer has to realize that when the product says something about, oh, this will make your hair grow, take all this excess amount of vitamins, or this will increase whatever, help you to lose weight, be mindful of that. Sidebar, I remember working in a hospital where a young girl came in and her heart rate had slowed down. And they did everything to find out what is going on. The problem was, they thought was she had an overdose of some medication. When they did go to her house, she was drinking dietist tea. When the pharmacist examined the dietist tea, they realized that in that package, there was something some ingredients that was slowing the heart rate down. So in addition to that, the package was made in China, came from China, and the ingredients and instructions was in Chinese. So again, you have to be mindful of where did this product come from, who manufactured it, and look at the label. The FDA has certain rulings that some herbs and spices sometimes do not need to have definitive amount. So that is where, and if it comes from a foreign country, when these harvesters harvest this product, especially if it's an herb, we don't know what else comes with it. So we have to be so mindful of that. And not just go because somebody might have had some good effect with it. We decide that we will go and purchase an exorbitant amount of it. It does not work. So the goal is, one, you need to be mindful of, check it before you purchase it. The FDA has-
Hey, Sharma. Sorry, Sharma.
Yes?
Sorry to interrupt. We have a raised hand from the panelists, one of the panelists.
Okay, thank you. Question?
Trina, we see your hand is raised.
No, someone from the audience had raised their hand, and when I went to click to see who it was, it switched to me. So you may need to open it up to see if someone raised their hand with a question for Sharma.
Yes, any questions? I will be willing to take it. In addition to, I'll just keep on going until that question comes up again. What I want you to really pay attention to is that the FDA do have an advisory board. You can go online and check it out. And what they do is that they have a list of products for consumers that consumers should be aware of. That, you know, if you're buying a vitamin or supplement and there are some words that we can't spell, I can't pronounce, look it up and see what it means. What is it doing to your body before you just purchase it? Do your homework. Companies are there to make money, and it's not looking out for your health. You have to look for your health. So the bottom line is, the first thing is making sure that you eat healthy. Get your low-fat choices of protein. So it could be salmon, it could be chicken, lean parts of chicken, turkey meat, or it could be any vegetable protein. Get healthy fats like your avocado or canola, your oils, or nuts. Get your fruits and vegetables. Get your vegetables and your fruits. Avoid the juices. A lot of times people go in and they're drinking orange juice and apple juice and all these other juices. You don't need that. Those are higher concentrated of sugars. So your best bet is to eat the fruit. Your body absorbs nutrients better from your fruits than for your carrots, for your eyes. Someone was talking about my eyes today, and I said, carrots is high in beta carotenoid, and it's good for your eyes, your vision. So look, see, our supplements should be from our food. You need to chew. When you chew your foods, you burn more instead of just swallowing a pill. So it should take you at least 20 to 30 minutes to eat. So there is where your calories, you want to talk about losing weight and engaging your stomach into working. Your gut cannot work if we just take a pill for everything. It decreases the metabolism, and the enzymes that in your gut that's supposed to break down these foods, they're not working. And we end up with a lot of gut problems. So it's best that you chew your food, you swallow it, and let the body does the work that it was created for. Questions? I just have 2 more minutes.
If you have any questions, you can put them in the chat box, or you can raise your hand and we will call on you.
Okay, the last thing I would like you to do is to drink a lot of, especially if you're taking a lot of supplements, you need fluid to wash it through. A lot of times you're taking 3 or 4 of these different supplements and you do not drink enough water, it gets stuck in your gut and it takes a long time to dissolve. So drink a lot of fluids if you're taking the supplements. And then the basic thing is to, again, do your homework. Do your homework. There's tons of resources and database that you can check out. Look at right now, go to your cabinet or your medicine cabinet and look at the supplements that you have. Write down the words that you can't pronounce and look at how much, what is the amount. Look at it, it will say RDA, the recommended dietary allowance. And if it says more than 100% of certain vitamins and minerals for supplements, do you need it? If you're eating a healthy meal, do you need to get 100% or 200% of some supplementation? And then look at the cost of these items. Save that money that you just purchased, that mega doses of B12 to get some energy, and purchase better quality foods. Okay, any questions? And I'll be here.
Okay. Thank you, Sharma. And again, this segment is brought to you by the Prince George's County Health Department. And I think the information you offered today was very helpful because, you know, we always hear about these supplements. So it's good to know more and learn more about this. Knowledge is power. So next we will move on to the cooking demonstration. We hope you are able to join us through the end of the demonstration, but if you must log off before 7:30, a link to our evaluation will pop up. We ask that you take a few moments to complete it tonight so we can better serve you better for future Dine, Learn, and Move. Your feedback is always important to us and it impacts the ability to continue bringing you this program virtually. Now we are going to say hello to Chef Ross for our cooking demo.
Well, hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am Rosalind Law. I'm a certified health coach, pretty much focusing on nutrition tonight and bringing you a couple of healthy recipes. I hope everybody is doing well. So again, like I always like to emphasize is cleanliness. Washing your hands up to the elbow when you're going into your kitchen. And just get everything all clean and nice and sanitized, right? Because we just can't be too careful with all the germs and everything that's going around. And so today, I think you all actually have received, or if not, you will receive the recipes that I am going to present for you all tonight. I am excited about it. And I have them right here in front of me so that I can refer and make sure I am totally correct on everything that I'm putting in here. So I'm just going to get started. The first recipe is sauteed spiced apples and cabbage. Spiced apples and cabbage. So apples and cabbage. Now, when I say an apple, I mean any type of apple. You can use any type of apple. There are several types of apples, but you know there are some that are sweeter than the others. And so, and then there's a Granny Smith that's a little sour, a little bitter. And so it just depends on what your preference is. But today I am actually using Golden Delicious apples. I'm just going with Golden Delicious apples. But first, I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of unsalted butter in my pan. And let me turn this pan down. 2 teaspoons of unsalted butter. All right. Now I'm going to add my apples. Now I have sliced the apples already. Putting my apples in there. And I'm just going to let the apples cook down for about 5 to 6 minutes. 5 to 6 minutes. Let me break them up. Now you can chop your apples. You can slice them, dice them. You can peel them if you like. If you don't want to peel them, you can keep the skin on it, and it'll still be just awesome. It's just your preference, okay? I don't want. Listen, a lot of times people just get so uptight about cooking because you have to do this and you have to do that. And listen, it's your food. You're going to eat it, right? So therefore, what I want you to do is just follow what you desire. Follow what you desire, all right? So, but I actually peeled it. I peeled some of the skin off, some of it. And so we're just going to let it cook for about 5 to 6 minutes. Now, let me just say this. Apples. Why do they say an apple a day will keep the doctor away? Have you all heard that before? Now you all can talk back to me. Go ahead and write in the comment, write in the chat section. Go ahead and talk back and tell me, why do you think they say an apple a day keeps the doctor away? Let me see. Jennifer, are you looking at the chat? Is anybody going to say anything?
Yeah. So again, if anyone has any questions, nutrition or for the chef, please enter them in the comment box or in the chat box.
That would be wonderful. Well, so an apple a day keeps the doctor away because apples are actually high in vitamin C, antioxidant. Oh, yes, Ruth. Definitely, apples have a lot of fiber. And so what does fiber do? How does fiber serve the body? Ruth, that's awesome, Ruth. Listen, apples, high in fiber, keeps things moving, right? Just keeps it, because you don't need to, it's so uncomfortable when food stays here, right? So we have to keep it moving. So fiber helps that to happen, to keep it moving. So your apples is high in fiber. It's good nutrition for your gut, absolutely. Vitamins and not many calories. I love it, Nancy, thank you. And it keeps you regular. That's right, Joan. I'm so glad you all are listening. I'm so happy. So listen, yes, my apples, this smells so good. And I love Golden Delicious apples anyway. All right, I'm gonna uncover. It has not been 5 to 6 minutes, but I have an electric skillet here. And so it cooks a little bit faster and a little on that high heat. All right, so now what I'm going to do is add some apple cider vinegar. And the apple cider vinegar is actually, let me get here, 2 teaspoons of apple cider vinegar. 2 teaspoons of apple cider vinegar. And next, I'm going to add, now, the recipe that you all will receive, it was going to say brown sugar, light brown sugar. I'm actually using a coconut sugar. It's brown coconut sugar. I'm actually using a coconut sugar because this is virtual and I get to eat it and I like coconut sugar, but you can do brown sugar if you like, all right? So
Chef Roz, we have a question in the chat box.
All right, come on with it.
The question is, can you use organic frozen apples already sliced?
Well, my goodness, I never knew apples can be frozen, but I guess the answer is yes. Absolutely. If that's what you have, definitely please use the frozen organic apples. I tell you, I never knew. See, you learn something new every day. Not too old to learn. I love it. But I'm using coconut sugar. Is that it, Jennifer?
It was me. It was Jasmine. Yes, that's the question.
Oh, Jasmine, sorry. That's good. All right. Then we're going to use a half a teaspoon of caraway seeds. Caraway seeds, a half a teaspoon, caraway seeds. You can get those in the seasoning section at any grocery store. Caraway seeds. Next, we're going to use allspice. Now, I love ground allspice. You know, allspice is everywhere right now because this is the fall season and what's happening right now. People are going to be making apple pies and sweet potato pies and all kinds of pies for the holiday. So you can find that allspice any and everywhere in every store. All right. And then next, I'm cooking this for a minute. Oh my goodness, it smells so, I'm sorry you all can't taste this. Ah, smells so good. Just these spices just smell divine, divine. And I'm going to stop talking about it since you can't have it. All right, next, let me see what we're doing here. Now I'm going to add my cabbage. Going to add my cabbage. And like I said, I'm doing red cabbage, vitamin K, a lot of vitamin K in your red cabbage. Yes. And so you're going to have 3 cups of thinly sliced red cabbage, 3 cups. That one's kind of big pieces. Slice it. Now, most people, I'm telling you, I don't know how many people actually get the red cabbage. You don't have to have red. You can actually use the green cabbage as well. If that's what you know, if that's what you like, that is fine. No judgment at all. We're going to stir all this together. Yes. Now, you know, just like the other cabbage, it doesn't take long for the cabbage to cook. Now, you want to, now, for me, I like a little crunchy, a little consistency, right? Because, you know, realistically, the longer you prepare this, the longer you keep it under the heat, the more it's going to wilt down. Anyway, it's going to cook. So if you're not eating, this is several portions. Let me see how many portions this is. Is it saying how many amount of serving? Oh, I don't see it. I think it's 1 cup serving size. So this is actually more than 1 cup, right? So then what I'm getting at is that after you put it in the refrigerator for tomorrow and you heat it up, each time you heat it, it's going to add, it's going to get softer. So I like mine a little bit stiff. Let me just say that. I call it stiff. Yes. Red cabbage. I love, and not only that, it's beautiful. It is beautiful. All right, I'm going to cover this for a minute. And then what I'm going to do is read off the rest of the recipe. I'm going to go back over it for a minute and tell you what I've done so far. All right, so this is called the sauteed spiced apple and cabbage recipe. And so we did 3 cups of apple wedges, sliced wedges, right? Any type of apple will do, whatever your favorite is. And then 3 teaspoons of unsalted butter, 2 teaspoons of apple cider vinegar, and I use Bragg's apple cider vinegar, but whatever kind you can get, that's fine. And then 2 teaspoons of light brown sugar, or in my case, I use coconut sugar. That's just what I use most of the time. And then I have the caraway seeds, half a teaspoon of caraway seeds, half a teaspoon of ground allspice. Then you have your cabbage, 3 cups of cabbage, chopped however you like it, green or red. Now, what I'm going to do now is uncover. Yes. That's what you need to cover it up a little bit so it can, yeah. Yes, kind of steamed it a little bit. All right, so now what I'm going to add next is some, I'm using pink Himalayan sea salt, just a little bit. And so it's a half a teaspoon. Make sure you use a half a teaspoon and not a tablespoon, all right? Half a teaspoon of either pink Himalayan sea salt or kosher salt. Kosher. That's what your recipe is going to say, kosher salt, all right? And then we're going to use some black pepper, ground black pepper, 1/4 teaspoon of ground black pepper, just a little bit to give it a little, take it to a whole nother level. Black pepper is very, very good for you. Stimulating the blood. Yes, I love it. Black pepper, I love black pepper. And so that black pepper along with the apples and that sweetness, amazing. Great, great, great. So then I'm going to cook it for another 2 minutes. Let's stir. Yes. Anybody have any? I was going to say, anybody have any questions? Go ahead.
Yes. The question is the sugar added as an enhancer? Is the sugar added to address reflux?
The sugar, say that again, question again, please.
It's 2 questions. Is the sugar added as an enhancer? That's the first question. And the second question is the sugar added to address reflux?
Enhancer. Enhancer for sure. Enhancer, okay? You got it?
Yeah, and then the second question was about reflux. So I'm assuming that's acid reflux?
Is the sugar added to address reflux? So I wouldn't say that. I mean, I need more. Give me more on that one.
Maybe Sharma can answer that question, Sharma?
Yes. The sugar is not for added reflux. Reflux occur when you stay too long to eat, or you miss your meals, or you have some other issues with gut issues. But adding sugar to the recipe would not cause the reflux. And the minute amount that is added into this recipe should not cause any reflux. Will not cause any reflux, I would say.
I hope that answers your question. You can give us a little bit more if it doesn't. All right. So this is actually done. It does not take long to prepare whole foods. This is whole foods, not processed. Have my red cabbage already, whole apples, whole foods instead of processed foods. But I love it. Doesn't take long at all to cook, because that's a myth. People say that, oh, it's too much to fix healthy food. Well, I beg to differ. All right, so that's done. But when I come back, I have something, a little secret to add to this. When I plate it, I'll show you in a second. But let's just go on over here to my other dish. The other one is, you ready for this? So you're going to get the recipe. And this recipe is grilled pork chops and cherry salsa. That's the recipe. But I actually altered it. The protein I'm using is actually salmon, wild caught salmon, okay? So I'm using wild caught salmon, and the salsa, instead of cherries, I'm using mango. Instead of cherries, I'm using mango, all right? So first, what I like to do, I'll bring over my salmon. Have my salmon right here. And I'm going to just sprinkle the salmon with salt and pepper and garlic powder. Just salt, pepper, and garlic powder. All right. So salt and pepper to taste. So let me do the salt first. And I have my pan over here. This is to sear it, to cook it a little bit. All right, put a sea salt, just a little bit,
We have a comment, we have some feedback. A participant said, I like that you switched it to salmon because I can't have pork.
Bless you. Awesome, awesome. And so just a little note, I don't know if you all have been following me or have seen me before, but I am a pescatarian. And so I don't do pork either, but many people do. And it's a good source of protein. And so it's your choice. And because this is virtual, it's staying here. So it's salmon. So I'm doing garlic powder. Garlic is great for heart health. Great for heart health. I love the garlic. I'm going to turn it over. Have to get both sides. Yes, nice piece of salmon. And then I'm going to put some black pepper on the other side. Black peppers, good for you. All right. Now, so season it with the garlic, the salt, and the pepper. Now, I'm going to make the salsa. So what I'm going to do is kind of sit this over here to the side. And then I'm going to bring the salsa, show you how I'm going to do the salsa. Let me see if you all can see that bowl.
We have a question. We have a couple questions coming up in the chat box.
Sure.
So one question is, are you supposed to wash the salmon before cooking?
Absolutely. Absolutely wash your salmon before cooking it. Absolutely. You can wash it. And sometimes you have the skin. Some people prefer, like my husband, he loves to keep the skin on. So for him, I keep the skin on. But some people can remove the skin off, wash it really nicely, and then you can season it with your garlic, salt, pepper, rosemary, whatever herbs that you're using. But for sure, wash it. Have another question?
Why not use fresh garlic?
Oh, you can use fresh garlic. You can definitely use fresh garlic. Fresh garlic is great. Garlic is great for your heart health, but also you have to watch it when you're using garlic though. When you're cooking with garlic, because garlic burns very fast. And so you want to kind of prepare your whatever protein it is, whatever food you're preparing, and then you add your garlic a little bit later. I don't know if anybody has ever experienced a dish going well. You're preparing it well, just like a sumo chef. Is that a word, sumo chef? But anyway, a professional chef, and all of a sudden, everything is burning, turning black. That's because you've added that garlic, and garlic burns very quickly. So you got to be very careful with that. All right, but absolutely, I love fresh garlic. Next question, any more questions? No? Any more questions? No, we're good?
There's a part two to the first question I asked about this washing the salmon before cooking. The participant says she's been washing her salmon, but there's always a white film after cooking the salmon.
Okay. So was that a question? I'm sorry.
That was just a comment after her question.
Okay. Okay.
There's always a white film after cooking the salmon. So she washes her salmon, but there's always a white film after cooking the salmon.
Oh, okay. So I'm not sure.
I'll answer that. That's a coagulation from the salmon. It's a protein that when you cook the salmon, the heat, the top of it is a coagulation of the protein on the salmon. So that's okay.
Yes, yes. All right. And someone else asked another question?
They just said a comment. We keep the skin, definitely need to wash because often scales are still on salmon.
That is so true. That is so true. That is so true. I love it. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. All right. Is that it? That's good?
Yep, that's all for now.
All right. All right. Wonderful. Thank you all. You all are so awesome. So awesome. All right. So I'm going to make this salsa. Okay. Now, as I stated, I'm using mango. So the mango is, let me tell you how much mango it is. So instead of a cherry, it's about a cup and a half of mango. Now, I actually cut up this mango myself. Now, you can probably get it chopped or use your food processor. You don't have to do a whole lot of work. It doesn't have to be a whole lot of work. Or for me, I love it. I like chopping. It's therapy. It's therapy. All right. So mango is in here. Also, red onion. Where's my red onion? I'm adding red onion to it. And I already chopped the red onion. All right. Next, jalapeno pepper. Just a little hotness. Just a little hotness. So you're going to use so jalapeno pepper is about 1.5 inches sometimes, or 2 inches. Just use half of a jalapeno pepper. Make sure you take the seeds out of the jalapeno pepper and then cut it up. Dice it really nicely. This gives it a little kick. Just take it up a notch, a little hotness, right? Then I'm using fresh cilantro. I simply love the smell of fresh cilantro. It is amazing. So 1/4 cup of cilantro. I love it. I love cilantro. I eat the cilantro. If you've never tasted cilantro by itself, just taste it. It's got a distinctive taste to it. All right. Next is lime juice. So you're going to use juice from a lime, real lime. And so where's my knife? I have it here. I'm going to make sure the lime is nice and soft. Roll it, roll it, roll it. And then you're going to squeeze it. Now, you can juice. I just think this is just so much fun. It's much more fun than using one of those juicers, just squeeze it and get it all messy and, yes, that's what I do. But it's your food, right? Now, not unless you're cooking for a group of people, you're having company over or whatever, then you want to, I like to get some of the lime in there too, not just the juice. That's just me. I like it.
We have a question in the chat box about the seasoning. Can you add sea moss for seasoning for the salsa?
Well, I guess you could. It's not the one that I'm using for this recipe, but again, it's your food. And so if you prefer sea moss or you want to add sea moss, absolutely. I guess whoever asked that question is familiar with sea moss.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Then this is a follow-up question going back to the salmon.
Sure.
Questions for Sherma. Are you supposed to eat the white part of the salmon / protein?
The white part? Why not?
Yeah, yes, you can eat. That's part of the protein. You will also find, you can find it on chicken too. If you take off the skin off your chicken breast and you go to cook the chicken, you will also see that same white part. Is something, we call it the albumin of the chicken or the salmon. So it's something that you can eat. It's a good source of protein. So it's nothing wrong with it. It has no taste, but it is good. It is part of your meat protein.
Great source of protein. Absolutely. All right, my salsa is done. Isn't that pretty? Colorful. I don't know if y'all can see that, but it's pretty, believe me. Nice and colorful. So now my pan is nice and warm. I'm going to put my salmon. Some people say salmon. What's the proper, how do you say it, Sherma?
Don't ask me. I'm from the Caribbean, so I have an accent. So I would say salmon.
Salmon. Right.
So my pronunciation will be completely different, but it is a good source of protein. It's low in fat and it's high in all the nutrients that we need.
Yes. And omegas, the omega-3s.
Yes.
For sure. Yeah, so we definitely need that omega, right? So basically what I'm going to do is just cook the salmon on each side for about a minute or two, and then I'll go back. Now this is a big, thick piece of salmon. So just like in the recipe, you're getting it for the pork, I guess. You want to just cook it as long as you see that it's done, because you definitely need to make sure it's done when it's pork. But for the salmon, you can have it a little bit pink in the middle, or
We have a question in the chat box.
sure.
Would swordfish steak also be good with your salsa recipe? I have fresh cilantro and swordfish.
Yes, that'll be a yes. That would be a yes. And then guess what else? How about a piece of tuna steak? I love tuna steak. Now that's my favorite to go to for protein in the seafood department is tuna steak. Look at that. That is so nice.
Okay, let me see. We have Eva has her hand raised. Let's allow her to talk. Oh, but she on mute.
Hi. No, I was just being silly. I added, in addition to asking about the swordfish, and I love tuna steak also. So that's good to know. So I just wanted to throw in, I have never washed a piece of fish that I've bought in a grocery, in a supermarket, and I've survived. So I just wondered about that. And actually I thought I read that same for chicken. Yeah, I have sometimes washed off a piece of chicken, but I thought I read that's not a good idea, because then somehow you're spreading stuff around and you're better off cooking, baking, frying, whatever you're doing to the chicken. And same for the fish. I assumed same for the fish. But I better unmute myself or I'll take up the group's time.
You may mute yourself.
So I'll answer that too.
Okay, go ahead, Sharma.
Yes, a lot of the times the manufacturers, if we trust where the poultry and the fish comes from, they say it is vacuum packed and vacuum sealed. And once the seal is broken, and if you bring it at home and the seal is broken, and you take any precautions to expose it, bacteria could form on there. But it is trusted that if you bring your product at home, at this time, I would say wash it. We have no idea at which plant that these products were made and how it was made. So with the chicken and the fish, I would recommend that we wash it. Previously, yes, the manufacturer will say pre-wash. Just like when you buy your salads, it will say pre-washed 3 times. And yet when you open it, there's always something. People have found all different type of insects in those product packages that said triple wash. So for safety measures, I would say wash it.
I second that. Definitely, I second it. But listen, you all, I'm telling you, I'm going to bring this a little closer. So what I did was, now this is optional, very optional. But what I did was I put my salsa on top of the salmon just to let it get a little bit warm, because that heat will take that mango, like bring the sweetness out of that mango, right? Because sometimes you get mango and it's not as sweet, it's kind of dry sometimes. But if you listen with that lime, that cilantro, and the red onions, and then you have the jalapeno pepper in there, takes it to a whole nother level. I'm going to let you all see it. Now, you can leave a little bit cold. If you like it cold, you can have it cold, or you can have it hot. Salmon, yes. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to let you all see this. I need to come up a little closer to the camera so that you all can really, really see how beautiful this is. I don't know. Let me see. Let me put this on pause. Now I'm going to bring it up a little closer. What do you think? Is that beautiful?
It is.
Amazing. Amazing. Beautiful, right? Beautiful. But guess what? I don't eat salmon. My husband does. So he's going to have this salmon tonight for dinner. If somebody is close up, you can run by and get a plate. But I'm telling you, it's amazing. It is amazing. Now, what I'm going to do, and I said I was going to do something extra with this cabbage and apples. Now, this is in the recipe, the apples and the cabbage. So I'm going to plate this, apples and cabbage. Now, I love apples and cabbage, so don't even think that I'm not going to try it. All right, so this is dill, fresh dill. I was not deal, but dill. Fresh dill, sprinkle on top. I love dill. If you like dill potatoes. Now that's normally when I eat, when most folks eat dill is on potatoes. But then guess what? It's the pomegranate arils. And I might be saying that wrong, but it's ARILS. It's the seeds, the middle of the pomegranate. And you just, this is not mandatory, but it's definitely, it's pretty. And
question in the chat. I'm sorry, Chef. We have a question in the chat box. She said, that is delicious. I make something similar. Do you have any suggestions as to herbs, spices, food, or food combo to lower cholesterol?
What do you think, Sharma?
Unmute. Sorry, I have to unmute. What was the question?
Do you have any suggestions as to herbs, spices, food to lower cholesterol?
Oh, yes. The recipe that we have right here is low in cholesterol. You have cabbage, you have mango, which is a fruit, and you have salmon, which is a low-fat choice fish, high in the omega-3 fatty acids. The other things that you can use is a breast, which is lean, or any other fish, as long as it is baked or broiled and not fried. Those will help to lower your cholesterol. As far as herbs and spices has no cholesterol, they are no cholesterol, they come from the soil. There's no animal product in the herbs and spices. So you can use whichever flavor that you want as herbs and spices. That will help to lower your cholesterol. The only other thing you want to add to is to add whole grain or more fiber. The more fiber you add, fiber acts as a scrub brush. It helps to clean out your arterial walls and clean out the plaque formations that may build up on your arteries. And I think, Ms. Ross, you're just teasing us with that food. That's not fair.
Oh my goodness. Let me tell you, this is beautiful, right? So pomegranate seeds and the dill, you know, that's optional, but together is, let me just show you. So you all know, I told you all that I am a vegetarian, pescatarian. This is for you. I'm just saying, this is for you.
Eva said, you are teasing us. It looks so good.
Eva.
What's your address?
Oh, can I tell you? I'm not far.
Another participant said that was made with love.
Amazing. I'm just saying, amazing. Now, I would have my tuna steak on the side of this for sure, but my husband is going to have this with the tuna. It's going to be amazing. All right. So I am done. Are there any more questions? Is there any more questions?
So there were a couple comments when you showed the salmon. It said looks delicious, looks great, tasty. And then one participant said she does have pomegranate, but never thought of adding dill.
Sometimes, you know, you just can't say a word. You just have to eat. It's just amazing. The dill takes it to another level. First the apples, then the cabbage, the apples, the sugar, all of this together, these flavorings together makes an absolute wonderful dish. And remember, the holidays are coming, right? Holidays are coming up, pretty colorful, red and green, great for the table for your holiday meals, especially for December 25th, that holiday. All right, sounds good.
Thank you, Chef Roz. That was great. I'm jealous and hungry at the same time. Looks so
Thank
good.
you.
So this was another great night. We know that you learned a lot. You even got to interact with the fitness and cooking demonstration, but could you tell us more about your experience by taking a few minutes to complete the evaluation as you log off? This survey is anonymous, but if you have the option of leaving your name, but you do have the option, I'm sorry, of leaving your name at the end. Next month, we will select a winner from those who have completed the evaluation as a token of our appreciation. So right now, we will celebrate an August participant who completed the evaluation. Kate, could you give the wheel a spin? Ludi, I hope I'm saying that correct. You are the lucky winner. You will get a $25 Amazon gift card from Maryland National Park and Planning Commission, Department of Parks and Recreation, Prince George's County. Our team will follow up with you via email to make sure you receive the gift. And there's just one more thing left before we let you go for the night. In the next few days, each of you will receive an email with a link to tonight's DLM recording, another copy of tonight's recipes, as well as other resources we saw throughout the night. I hope that you use these resources to help support your wellness throughout the month until we meet again. Thanks for joining us and have a great night. All right. Bye, guys.